Hey, welcome back. This is a live picture. It's a little crazy here, but it is some damage that we've been seeing out in Beaumont. There's a big tree down in this backyard as this is from our sister station, KPRC in Houston. So you see that tree there. They're walking away from the scene right now, but it just gives you a sense of how bad things are out there. We also want to show you this. This is some roof damage that's happening in the Lake Charles area. You can see sort of the shingles on this ripping up off this building. Not sure what this building is exactly, but you know, big picture out here in this part of Louisiana. They saw extensive wind damage as a result of Hurricane Laura coming up through there. And seeing that picture earlier in Beaumont, Sally, gives you an idea that even though the eye was so far away, it was still causing damage in Texas.
It was. The winds tearing off roofs of buildings in other parts of Louisiana as well. Debris and trees littering. Oh, look, there are trucks on the side of the road just flipping from the huge amount of force that this hurricane was packing. 150-mile-per-hour winds. And David Yeomans is in Vinton, Louisiana, along with Alex Caprariello, our team members. David, you were about 8 miles away from the eye of the storm, and that damage is obvious.
Which means we didn't get a break from the storm in the eye. We were just in the eye wall surrounding it, the worst part for hours. We showed you earlier what this gas station looks like, but let me show you over my other shoulder. Look at that Best Western sign. That looks like a big metal pole to me, just bent backwards on itself, laying down on that tree line right behind it. Luckily though, the rain is completely over with. It actually feels really nice out here this morning, and folks are certainly going to begin their cleanup. I'll take you back over here toward the subway that we were showing you and welcome in Alex Caprariello. Alex, you know, as a meteorologist, we're fascinated by these things. Of course, we're in awe of the power of them, and we all respect hurricanes. I want to ask you what you thought of going through Hurricane Laura last night, a strong, almost Category 5 storm.
Well, I think what struck me the most was how quickly it hit. For so long and much of the day, in fact, in Port Arthur, we didn't even really see much rain, some light breezes. We got here, we set up, we started to experience the storm, but really it was unimpressive for the most part, but we knew it was coming. Then all of a sudden, it just slammed into us and it hit us hard. And like you said, it hit us hard for several hours throughout the entire night, in fact.
It really did seem to pack all of its punch right there toward the center and all at once. You talked to a lot of the folks we were staying with here, evacuees, personnel who didn't want to stay at home, folks with their kids and their dogs. What were they going through this?
I mean, I think there was a general sense of fear, of course. This is a major storm that's around us, but I mean, I think in general, we were all very thankful for the place we ended up hunkering down. This is our hotel and casino right here. It ended up keeping us safe throughout the night. Of course, you've seen some of the damage it took, some of the water that came from the roof and some of the broken glass. But in general, you know, I think we can all say that we were lucky that we survived through this storm.
Yeah, everybody on the property luckily coming out okay. Alex Caprariello, David Yeomans, we're live in Vinton, Louisiana. As daylight comes up here, we're going to continue to survey the damage. We still have to go check out those RVs that are supposedly flipped over close to the property. We're also going to see if we can maybe venture down south into the swamps and see how bad places like Hackberry took it and Holly Beach. Those were the places that were supposed to be under up to 20 feet of water last night. We'll go back to you guys in the studio.
All right, David, Alex, thank you both so much. Quickly, we're going to check in with Kristen for a last look at our weather.
Yeah, absolutely. As those crews, assess the damage, we're going to be keeping an eye on the storm itself here in the Weather Center. Some heavy rains, destructive winds continue in Louisiana.